Hi, I'm Chris Keeting. Today I work as a coordinator for the Woodland Volunteer Days at Grwych Trust, restoring woodland paths across 250 acres of the old estate. My interest started as a teenager exploring the woodlands. I'd come across ruins of stone staircases, mostly hidden under years of vegetation, dry stone walls in the middle of nowhere, and I'd follow footpaths that were stopped abruptly by huge bushes some 40 foot deep. My curiosity led me to maps from the 1850s which, to my delight, detailed a forgotten network of paths which covered all areas of the Great Castlewood, some 9 miles in total. With the maps to hand, I had to find the paths, so fighting through dense vegetation that swamped the paths for over 80 years, and with a keen eye over many years I found them. It was then I decided that they needed saving, so back in 2002 I managed to get sponsorship from Grwych Trust for the liability insurance to secure permission from the Forestry Commission to work in the woodlands. Then I set up a conservation group to clear and restore the paths. Over 4 years, Abergele conservation volunteers worked hard at Blackthorn Covert to clear the paths of brambles, trees, game cover. We also excavated stone staircases, repairing dry stone walls until the paths were restored. Over the ensuing years, I never quite forgot the paths, now and again taking a walk up there to check how they were getting by. Occasionally dusting off a few leaves from the steps and placing the odd rock back on the dry stone wall that had been knocked off. With the news that the Trust had purchased the castle, I wrote to Mark Baker to congratulate him. Mark wrote back and we arranged to meet up. Mark then gave me a tour showing me all the fine work that the Trust has achieved at the castle and told me of his great plans for the future. It wasn't long until I was back at Blackthorn Covert checking on the paths and finding that over the years the Keeting ester had started to take hold again, and some of the 200-year-old dry stone walls that support the paths had been damaged. So I spoke to Mark to try and get the work done. It was then I received a text asking if I would give a day a month to lead the project to restore the whole network of paths, and after some consideration, of course, I signed up. We've now had 7 woodland volunteer days and opened up some quite wild sections, repairing the dry stone walls as we go. We've also found some more paths which weren't recorded on the old maps, which was quite nice. My enthusiasm and love for these hills hasn't really left me, and when I find myself at a loose end, it isn't long before I'm out exploring again. After 30 years of fighting my way through places last visited by a Victorian miner or the odd hunting dog, amazingly I'm still finding things such as a gamekeeper's spring, Roman lead pits, 300-foot notch carved out during the last ice age, medieval bell pits and glacial erratics, to name but a few. To try to find answers, I've been working with the British Geological Survey and the University of Manchester. I'm also using LiDAR data to strip back the trees to study the terrain in more detail. I like to share my finds with the volunteers via a WhatsApp group, keeping them up to speed for the next adventure. The aim ultimately is to manage the whole woodlands, making the trails safe enough to welcome visitors in. The visitor experience to the castle will eventually include a day in the hills, opening up 9 miles of woodland trails set over 250 acres. To do this, we need a lot of help from the public. We run volunteer days once a month and venture deep into the estate. It's been 20 years now since I took up the challenge, and if anyone wants to join our team by volunteering, to restore these paths, to get them open again, then please sign up through the Trust's website or email shop@grwychcastle.co.uk or simply pop into the shop in Abergele's Market Street. Thank you.